Good evening and welcome back to our Rex Fuels channel, where we discuss issues and trends facing the oil and gas industry. If you're new to the channel, kindly like, subscribe, and share to stay up to date with the current trends. We welcome back Pranav Kant, a seasoned expert in the oil and gas industry. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be back again.
A pleasure to have you as always. My first question to you is, prices of crude gained on a weekly basis but lost on a month-to-month basis. Will the recent rally in global equity markets and a weak dollar support crude prices?
Very interesting question. And when we look at it over the last couple of months, they have been on a decline. Yes, for the last week, it did gain by 3%. And we are talking Brent here, which closed at 104 at the moment as we speak. So where is it headed? And in light of a question that, rally in the equity and the relative weakening of the US dollar index, so how is likely to? So few things here. First and foremost, the relative climb down by the strength of the US dollar. Believe it's temporary. It will continue to remain strong given the entire quantitative tightening which is happening across the world. So it's very minor and it will continue to remain strong. That's our view at this moment. And equity is, US equity is buoyant primarily because of that, of the inflow back into the US dollar. While we have seen some trends which could possibly change this direction, and one is the inflation or the recession. So recession, depending on which expert you are speaking to, and we are talking US here, it's already in or it's yet to kick in. So the debate is still on. But we believe that the recession fears and the inflation fears are about peaking, and going forward, we believe that, and as has been shown in the last couple of years as well, so the demand resiliency has shown much stronger than what most analysts had predicted. And the recent gasoline consumption data coming out from US is very positive for the demand side. When we look at the supply side situation continues to ease further, which means the tightness of supplies are getting better and better. So which means the tightness is getting lesser and lesser. So supply side is easing. There are no major supply side constraint at the moment as we see. So it's likely to improve further, very marginally, but improve. So that's the key word here. So in terms of overall balance of things, we believe markets will remain in tight, narrow range for the crude oil prices with a bias towards the bearish side. So it still could come down below the $100 mark.
So basically a fall in dollar would make oil cheaper for buyers who are using other currencies.
Fall in dollar actually works to make oil more expensive because the earning of the oil sellers, the producers, are in dollars. So if the dollar falls, the price has to go up. If the dollar strengthens, the price generally comes down because the earnings are in dollars. So yes, but since it's moving in a very narrow range, we do not anticipate this to be the key factor going forward on the prices.
Well, that's great to know. My next question to you is, what can be anticipated from the OPEC Plus meeting, which is scheduled to take place on August 3rd, 2022?
This is very interesting because August 3rd meeting, if you look at the consensus estimate, Analysts are suggesting that the production quotas would remain in place and the actual production is likely to not increase. But something very important has been happening on the sidelines, and wherein the Saudi Arabia has announced that raising the production up to 13 million barrels per day over the next 2 years, which is by 2023, by the next 1 year. So that is a mighty positive news onto the supply side, and which has taken most of the observers off guard, because there were lots of concern as to the actual production capacity or the actual potential increase in production capacity of Saudi Arabia. And with this categorical statement from Saudi Arabia that they are looking to increase it up to 13 million barrels per day, this comes as a big relief for the observers of the oil market. So it should help calm down the supply side risk fears at a very broad level. And as we have seen, and as we have been consistently maintaining, that the Russia production, which continues to surprise onto the upside and exports, and so supply side risks are going to be a lot more mitigated in the weeks and the months forward. So we expect, coming down to a specific question of the August 3rd OPEC Plus meeting, we expect marginal increase in the production quotas.
So we are expected to see a pretty positive outcome from the meeting.
Yes, marginally positive. It will not be negative for sure, but marginally on the positive side.
Thank you for being here today and sharing your insights. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you.
And thank you all for watching. Continue to show support to the channel by liking and subscribing. See you soon.